Good morning everyone. This is Kaylin Kamikawa. I reported that the video created with VLLO last time cannot be opened on a PC. I reported this to VLLO, but since I haven't heard from him since then, this case was ignored by VLLO, and I was afraid that it would not be cured for a while. However, I was contacted by VLLO today and it was claimed that the codec of Windows 8 is old, on this side, from me. No, the codec doesn't matter. I've been able to use it until now. VLLO is bad. It turned out to be a terrible battle with a little dispute. What kind of trouble was recently, when I tried to open a file created with VLLO on a PC even once, not only can I not open it, but also even files created with other apps cannot be opened on the PC. Restarting your PC will fix it, but if you don't notice this, it was like a virus, which hindered the work on the PC. In my personal opinion, a dangerous bug that should prohibit the use of VLLO at all. 2. Therefore, VLLO should not be used unless this bug is fixed. I made a claim, but when VLLO pointed out and reviewed the iPhone settings, it turned out that something unexpected was the cause. In conclusion, it wasn't a VLLO bug, but a VLLO spec and iPhone configuration issue. I would like to thank the VLLO support center for being very rude. I'm sorry. A situation like, facts are stranger than novels, happened. In the iPhone settings, photos, transfer to Mac or PC. Until now, it was set to automatic and used. I haven't messed with here until now. However, it remains automatic. When I connect the PC to the USB cable and look at the VLLO file in the iPhone camera roll, the size has swelled more than twice. However, if you set this to keep in original format, the file size remains as small as what you see on your iPhone. And when I left it in the original format, I was able to open the file on my PC. I haven't messed with the codec, it's annoying from here, but when I set it back to automatic, it doubled in size again. So will it not open again? I thought, but this time it opened. At this time, the file size as it was as small as 117 MB. 260 megabytes when viewed from a PC, when viewed from the iPhone. What? Why? I thought, but this time it remains automatic. After saving the video in 4K 30 frame, size 450 megabytes, with VLLO, when I connected it to my PC, it became 800 megabytes, and when I tried to open it, it did not open again. And when I changed it to the original format, it opened smoothly this time. In other words, when the size is small, the file will open regardless of which setting you set. If it is a file saved in VLLO with a large size such as 4K, automatic will not open on a PC, probably because it will be as large as 800 megabytes. Once you can't open it with, even a small file won't open if you leave it set to automatic. Change it to keep in original format, and you'll be able to open it this time. By the way, a few days ago, I was experimenting with saving in 4K with VLLO and uploading to YouTube. If you think about it, it's true that VLLO 4K video files couldn't be opened on a PC from that time. And even small video files created with VLLO couldn't be opened from that time. I was convinced that this was because the VLLO side tampered with the version upgrade. Instead, because I made a big file such as saving in 4K, if you think that this trouble has occurred, all of them are in tune. Not due to codec, not due to VLLO, a hidden bug in the iPhone was exposed due to the transfer of a large file. No, Apple-san, I'm in trouble, no matter how much such specifications are. I'm sorry, VLLO. The file created by VLLO is created by the highly compressed HEVC codec. If you transfer it to your PC as it is, you can use the one that was not a problem on your Windows 8 PC. Take the trouble to reduce the compression, make the size bigger, transfer it to the PC. It's a funny story that it caused trouble. No, this automatic is because it didn't correspond to the huge size. No, I'm very sorry that VLLO was dressed in wet clothes. We apologize for the inconvenience. Well, if you use a new codec, you will get into such troubles. So, I was trying various things to use another app instead of VLLO. It has been wasted. That said, I've learned a lot, so here's some additional information. The conclusion is that there is no substitute for an app that is as good as VLLO. It's also quite limited when it comes to free apps, of course. CapCut is used as a special case, but the one that can be used as an alternative to VLLO is I tried various things such as Vita, VN, InShot, VideoDay, GOCUT, etc. I think that VN is the only one that has basic functions comparable to VLLO. VN has an aspect ratio of 3:4 that I especially want: trash, cache delete, video length setting, freeze, picture-in-picture, size adjustment of inserted image, layer, frame, 4K save, etc. Almost all basic functions were available. The only complaint is that there is no mosaic function. This mosaic function is basically not available in VN or CapCut, which is very inconvenient. It is available in VLLO and Vita. Until now, the video created with CapCut was read into VLLO again and saved with a mosaic. It took a lot of time to do such annoying things. Instead of VLLO, you can use an app dedicated to mosaics. After all, it took time and the image quality deteriorated, so it was extremely inconvenient. So, with CapCut or VN, is there an easy way to add a mosaic without saving it again? So, after a lot of trial and error, I found an easy way to mosaic, so I will introduce it this time. 1. How to pick up the mosaic material from the net and paste it. Mosaic basically achieves its purpose if it can hide things. If you don't care about it, you can just put a sticker on it. It's best to put a mosaic-like material there. Therefore, you can pick up free mosaic materials from the net. For example, https://youtube.be/sipkav1uyuk download it from, etc., or record the screen and save it in the camera roll. Then paste it into the video with Inset Synthesis, pip. Then use the mask function to match the mosaic size to a square or oval. You can also blur the borders, and even with the filter, adjustment, and opaque functions. You can also change the color, change the transparency, and make it a natural shade. When using a mosaic to hide name, address, etc., I think that this kind of mosaic is enough. However, if you want to mosaic the face, etc., and want to show only the outline, a little more ingenuity is needed. In Basics of Effects of CapCut, there are functions called mosaic and blurring. When I use this function, the entire screen is mosaicked. Apply this effect during the time you want to mosaic. Then, save the mosaicked image as a screen recording and save it in the camera roll. Then, read the image with Inset Composition, adjust the size exactly, and in addition, the mask function cuts out only the part you want to apply the mosaic. After that, as in 1, the boundaries are blurred. Furthermore, you can adjust the hue with the filter, adjustment, and opaque functions. By doing this, it is also possible to create a mosaic that makes the best use of the outline. It is ideal for mosaics such as faces. Also, if you mark the time zone when you want to apply the mosaic with split, etc. in advance, I think we can match it even more perfectly. Once you get used to it, it's easy to do, so give it a try. With the above operation, you can easily add a mosaic without the need for resave operation. VN also has a function to import external effects. You can save external effects in the app itself, so mosaic images can be saved and reused. It is very convenient if you can use mosaic with CapCut and VN. How do you do the layer function, display order when overlapping images, in VN? This is the reason why I didn't understand it for a long time and found it difficult to use, but I discovered this one as well. You can change the display order by long pressing the inserted image and switching it up and down. It's a little difficult to understand, but it was easy once I knew it. Also, as I mentioned last time, to create a short GIF video of about 15 seconds, you can use an app called IMG Play. It is excellent in terms of image quality. If you are not satisfied with the effects, we recommend the app called GOCUT. This app has a variety of effects that CapCut doesn't even have. There are stickers, transitions, music, etc. By combining this app, you can make videos that look better than CapCut. Please try this as well. So, since VLLO can be used in the future, it became a meaningless experiment. Well, I hope it will be helpful for you. That's all.